Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be Fact Sheet Friday. The newest fact sheets have been released for Farming Simulator 25, the upcoming game by Giant Software. So let's go ahead and take a look at those here. But first off, the first of the fact sheets does have to do with the MacDon pack, which is the pre-order bonus if you pre-order the game now. So make sure you guys do that. You can use the links down below in the description. Those do go to help support the channel. Unfortunately, it's only PC copies you can use the links to support the channel at, but you can still pre-order the game for all platforms. So make sure you guys do that. That way you get it. And it does include the MacDon pack as a pre-order bonus for you. So I'll put up a little blurb on here to see the different pieces of equipment of that before we get into the fact sheets. But yeah, make sure you guys are pre-ordering the game and let me know any questions you have about the game down below in the comments. But let's go ahead and jump into the fact sheets for this Friday. All right, as mentioned, the first one's going to have to do with the MacDon pack. So we have two pieces of equipment here. First, we have the MacDon M1240. This is a windrower, $170,000 to buy. That's going to be the piece of equipment itself. Has between 173 and 262 horsepower. Has a variable CVT transmission. Holds 518 liters of fuel. And will drive at 45 kilometers per hour or 27 miles per hour. It also weighs 6.1 tons. Then the header you see in the photo as well. That is going to be the MacDon D140XL. That is the windrower header. It's $97,000 to buy. Weighs 2.8 tons. Has a working width of 12.2 meters, so pretty wide actually. It does work at 15 kilometers per hour or 9 miles per hour, and the ability to swath things that you get is to swath wheat, barley, oats, canola, and soybeans. So those are the 5 crops that you can swath, and you can see those icons down there below as well. But yeah, moving on, we have now a nice big old case here. We have the big old case harvester coming to the game. We have the Case AF11 harvester, $740,000 to buy. So expensive, crazy expensive. This thing's going to have a whopping 775 horsepower, which is ridiculous. A variable CVT transmission holds 1,500 liters of fuel, and it will drive at 30 kilometers per hour or 18 miles per hour. It does hold 20,000 liters of grain, which is quite impressive, and it weighs 25.9 tons, so it's also quite heavy. And then the header on the front of that thing is the Case 4418N, which is a harvester header or a corn header. It is $88,000 to buy, weighs 4 tons, has a 10-meter working width, and it will run at 10 kilometers per hour or 6 miles per hour and does corn and sunflowers, as you would expect. So there you go. Pretty cool to see that coming to it. I like that. Moving on. Excuse me, we have the AgriTac. This is the Condor Endurance 2. This is a sprayer. It is $420,500 to buy. It does have 400 horsepower. It also has a variable CVT transmission. Holds 750 liters of fuel. It does drive at 60 kilometers per hour or 37 miles per hour. Holds 8,000 liters of either liquid fertilizer or herbicide. Weighs 14.6 tons and has a working width of between 36 and 54 meters depending on the configuration. And it does work at 25 kilometers per hour or 15 miles per hour. So quite fast actually. And again, it'll spray liquid fertilizer or herbicide, which you can see those fill types at the bottom, which is pretty cool to see. So I like that we're seeing other stuff, not just harvesters and tractors and stuff like that, but we also get some like sprayers and other stuff mixed in here. Moving on to the last fact sheet for this Friday, we have the John Deere 3650, which is a tractor. That's going to only cost you $45,000 to buy, which is not too bad. It holds 116 horsepower, which isn't too bad either. It has a manual plus power shift transmission. It will hold 118 liters of fuel. It does drive at 35 kilometers per hour or 21 miles per hour, so not a terribly fast little guy, but does look quite nice, and it weighs 5 tons. And it is currently pulling the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500 seeder. That seeder is going to cost you $49,500 to buy, more expensive than the tractor itself. It does require 110 horsepower, so they're pushing it with this tractor a little bit, and does hold between 1,270 liters and 1,800 liters of seed and fertilizer. It does have a working width of 4.6 meters, so not too bad for your small to medium farm. Weighs 1.6 tons, and it does work at 12 kilometers per hour or 7 miles per hour, so a little slow side, or a little bit on the slow side for a seeder. And it does, again, fertilize at the same time as it seeds. You can see those icons down there. And what it plants: wheat, barley, oats, canola, long grain rice, oilseed radish, grass, and spinach. And that question mark down there is going to be peas, so just be aware of that. That has not been officially announced yet, so that's why it's still a question mark. But that is what it's going to be. And that is all the fact sheets for this Friday. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.